Well, this morning, a former Hartford police officer has been charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of Stephen Jones earlier this year.
The inspector general says the shooting was not justified. The officer was responding to what was originally a mental health call. Today, the family and their attorney will share their response to the arrest. Your reporter Owen Kingsley is live outside Hartford Police Headquarters with more on that and what happens next. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. We've heard already from the city's mayor, the police union, and several across the community. Who we haven't heard from yet is the family of Stephen Jones since this arrest. Well, later this morning, we expect to hear from them and their attorney, Ben Crump, after months of calls for justice. It took former Officer Magnano 34 seconds to fire 9 fatal shots at Stephen Jones back in February. Body cam video shows Jones wielding a large knife. The first officers on scene were trying to de-escalate the situation. In the Inspector General's report released Monday, Magnano says he thought Jones was going to try to hurt him. The IG stated he did not try non-lethal force and failed to de-escalate the situation. Magnano is now charged with manslaughter. He'll make his first appearance in court on June 5th. Hartford's police department's union president believes he should not be charged, pointing out that the IG expedited this investigation.
Inspector General, on average, takes 12.5 months to complete an investigation. This one took 2.5. I don't know what to look at that and say. He skipped over other investigations to get to Joe.
I knew that given the nature of this report, the Inspector General was going to work to come to a conclusion as quickly as possible, but I have faith that the Inspector General carried out a thorough investigation.
We are expecting a large crowd to gather outside the NAACP office at 11:30 this morning, when we will hear for the first time since Magnano's arrest from the Jones family and their attorney, Ben Crump. Your reporter in Hartford, I'm Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.